Hey everyone, so the only way I can fully explain my decision to be Mormon or follow the scripture in the Book of Mormon is if I share my testimony. And so I'm just going to start from the beginning. I'm going to do it in segments just to keep the videos a little bit shorter. So this is going to be segment 1. And basically, I was raised Peace Lutheran, which is a Christian denomination. And it was right next door to the Presbyterian church. And both churches did a lot of activities together. What I remember about that church is that my step-grandmother, played the piano there. And I don't remember a lot, honestly, about what I learned because it all kind of seemed repetitive, the same. No offense to anyone who still goes to that church or are members or related to people who are members, but for me, especially as a child, it was really boring. It was a boring church. The sermons were very mundane, and the most I remember learning about Jesus and the gospel and the stories was about mostly Noah's Ark. I mean, they talked a lot about Noah's Ark and all the animals. And I remember doing activities in Sunday school regarding that and Jesus dying on the cross. I remember going to Vacation Bible School where we learned all these fun songs like trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean on your own understanding. Knowledge the Lord in all of your ways and he will make your path straight. Really simple, sweet little, songs about God and about leaning on him and trusting him. I mean, as far as the history or doctrine or prophecy or scripture, it just wasn't the focus. My mom, when we were about 13, we didn't want to go to church anymore. So my mom didn't force us. So me and my sister both quit going to church. We did get baptized, I remember, in that church. And it wasn't by immersion. It was, some droplets of water on our head, which is not biblical. And it just didn't really mean a lot to me, if that makes any sense. Or my mom, obviously, she didn't encourage us to keep going. And so life got really complicated after that. Even though I wasn't super emotionally attached to that specific church, I believe having God in your life in any aspect really does help with morals and direction in your life. And it seemed like right after we completely stopped going to church, we started doing drugs more, drinking, and doing just crazy stuff for teenagers to do. I ended up on probation when I was 16 for a MIP for drinking, and I ended up pregnant right after that. And so I ended up having a baby at 17, 2 days before I graduated high school.